Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Netflix being too dumb. Netflix is apparently dumbing down scripts so people can listen in the background to Netflix shows and still know what's going on. So you're not gonna have to pay attention to TV anymore. You can do whatever you're doing, do your homework, clean the house, pet your cat, whatever. Make out on the couch.
I would argue if you're making out or if you're doing your homework or whatever, you're not listening to the TV anyway.
Right.
So why? We're gonna explain it. What they want to do is absolutely stupid.
Yeah,
so we'll explain it.
They're gonna make TV for dummies. I guess this is the allegation. Like, I don't know specifically.
If it's true, it's really stupid.
If it's true, it's stupid.
It's really too dumb.
And we're gonna talk about, since we're already talking about Netflix, we're gonna talk about Arcane, which was an animated series based on.
It was beautiful.
It was a beautifully animated series based on League of Legends. It was a huge. It had a lot of viewership, but it was a huge money loser for Netflix and for Riot Games. So that also plays into, I think, the future of animation on the platform, because here we had a show that was very well regarded, very well animated, and it didn't make money. So maybe they should have explained it to people like they were 2 years old, in the background, like, I am this character. These are my motives.
Here's what I'm doing.
Here's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So let's talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. You will get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo.
My name is Neon. She is Geeky Sparkles.
We talk into microphones.
Microphones, and we've been doing this for years. We talk about pop culture. Actually, podcasters do that. They're like, this is what the podcast is about. Yeah. So maybe
but that's different for new people. This is like stupidity.
So go out, check out clownfishminus.com if you get a chance. Please support the reef. You can also pick up some merch, and you can get the same content out on clownfishtv.locals.com if you are so inclined. So let's talk about this. I saw it was trending on Twitter, and this is the Grok overview.
Okay.
So correct or incorrect, this is the overview. Netflix's new scripting strategy sparks outrage, according to Grok. Netflix has directed its screenwriters to simplify their storytelling by having characters explicitly state their actions, aiming to cater to viewers who watch content passively.
How awkward is it going to be for anybody else watching it that wants to watch it?
What this reminded me of.
I am going to put my in you now,
That'd be Bridgerton.
Yeah, Bridgerton. Oh my God. That'd be so funny. I'm going to touch your face. I'm going to touch your boobs.
What this
on my sorry.
My penis will enter you in every orifice. Oh my God. Can I say that?
This is so stupid.
Can I say that? I don't know if I'm allowed to say. Anyway, this reminded me of Scrooge. We just watched Scrooge the other night. I watched it with the kids.
Oh, yes.
And there was a whole scene where Bill Murray's talking to the head of the network. And he's like, you know who watches TV? Cats, dogs, pets. Pets are watching TV. So we're not telling you to make shows specifically for the dogs and the cats. But, if you had a little piece of string dangle here and there so the cats pay attention because, the owners will buy the pet food or whatever. That's what this reminds me of. Like, we're not telling you to redo everything, but just, you gotta explain it to people who are watching passively, because, Netflix and chill doesn't mean actually watching the show and paying attention. It means making out on the couch and you still want to know what's going on after.
Well, then they're not making out very well.
God.
If you still try to listen to the show at the same time, then I'm just like,
Yeah, so they said the move, along with the creation of numerous micro-genres like casual viewing, has led to widespread criticism from fans and viewers. Many argued this approach reduces the complexity and artistic value of television, prompting some to cancel their subscriptions or vow not to watch Netflix originals. Critics and viewers alike expressed concerns over the degradation of narrative quality and the potential stifling of creative expression in the industry. Grok can make mistakes. Anyway, so discussing Film Hat, they said Netflix execs tell screenwriters to have characters announce what they're doing so viewers who have a program on the background can follow along.
How annoying is that going to get? I am running a vacuum. I am putting a fork in my mouth. I am walking down the street talking to my friend. How are you going to do that organically?
Like anime, right? Like you're announcing your attack.
Yes, pretty much.
I'm going to sneak up on you and stab you in the back, like superhero villain
so
monologues. They also have thousands of micro genres, including casual viewing, which is used for TV movies that go down best when you're not paying attention. Just background noise. Hire radio drama writers. Oh my God, you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding while I'm sitting in my dimly lit office petting a cat.
I know, right?
Like, I mean, this is seriously going to make TV dumb. Like, we thought that, you know, everybody's like, oh, YouTube and social media and TikTok has made people dumber. But the flip side is that these people, Netflix, they're paying attention to how people watch TV. And the truth is they don't actually watch TV. They turn it on and walk away from it.
Well, then what's the point? And I mean, you could probably offer like a service where you could probably have a movie with like, where they hire people to do narrations of what's going on. But a 2-hour movie would take like 8 hours then.
Yeah. Oh, this is funny. Yeah, seen this before. Family Guy. I walked into the kitchen, sat down at the table. I looked with a grimace at the questionable meal Lois had placed in front of me. I never tell her how disgusted. Yeah, I can totally see them doing that. And again, this is very much like Scrooge. It's very much like, yeah, we're making TV for cats and dogs now because we've got the data that they're. Oh my God, I don't know.
I'm not even surprised anymore.
Nothing surprises me. Netflix characters about to sound like NPCs narrating their every move. I'm opening the fridge now. Yep, they got this Family Guy meme here.
It's really dumb.
Tansy Kelly Robson says, who is Tansy Kelly Robson? Adventures in writing, money, power, war, and kittens. Okay. It's quite something when a network's own executives just out there admit its content is so utterly shite, people only watch it as background noise. That is true.
Well,
it's not a very good.
This person said, I think there should be, like I said, a separate audio track with verbal descriptions, you know, for people who background watchers, those maybe with visual disabilities.
Right.
But not as the main soundtrack. I agree. But I do think it's going to take whatever is like a 2-hour something and make it like 8 hours long.
I admit I watch TV in the background, but the TV I watch in the background 9 times out of 10 is stuff I've already seen. So I know what's going on. So case in point, I was watching Scrooged in the background while we're making Christmas cookies, and I would just kind of dip in and out of it. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is the part with the taxi cab driver. I like this part. And I'd watch about 2 minutes of it and I'd walk off. But I've seen Scrooge like 100 times, right?
Well, I'll watch TV for something I haven't seen, and like I've been cooking or something, and if I miss something, I just go back and rewind it and watch it again, that part that I missed. That was important, you know?
Yeah.
I think most people listen to things in the background now, but it's just, if you want to watch it, then you're going to go watch it. You know what I mean? If you're running the background as sound, who cares? They're still playing the video. So why would, you know what I'm saying? It's still being played. So why do we have to change anything?
Oh my God, this is Robbie Goodwin here, retweeting himself from last year. Every Netflix movie is designed to be watched with your phone out.
Probably.
Yeah, pretty much. Like maybe that is why some of the dialogue is bad. Like look, there's some good stuff on Netflix, but you know, if they have a mandate that they need to adhere to, that they got to tell people what the hell is going on. It's like, what the hell are you doing here? I mean, but they are Netflix again. You know, we have another video. It's either going to go before this one or after this one, obviously, because, you know, we're not going to run at the same time. But we're talking about Disney and we're talking about their mandates, and they're looking for the largest general audience demographic they can get.
Yeah.
And everybody's on their phone. They're doing other things. They're multitasking. Nobody's got the attention span to sit down for an hour straight, watch a drama for an hour with all the commercials.
But yeah, this is stupid though to me. Why change it? If people are going to run it in the background anyway, and they're already watching it that way anyway, why make these changes? That's going to, what audience you do have that watches it to watch it, it'll be unwatchable for them. Just to accommodate people who run in the background who are going to do it anyway. It's not like you're gaining an audience. They're already doing it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So why?
What would be funny is if you made it so they had to watch the show. They had to pay attention. Like it was like if you blink and you miss it, like, oh my God, why is this character dead now? Or why are they all talking about this character? Like 5 minutes ago, this character was like, maybe I need to go back and maybe I need to actually sit down and watch this show so I know what the hell is going on. But people don't do that. Instead of being like, yeah, this is really good. I'm sure it's a really good show. I need to sit down and actually focus 100% of my attention on this show. They're going to be like, yeah, I'm just not going to bother. Mm-hmm. It's too much of an investment. It's the same with the shows that have a lot of episodes. It's the same with, you know what I'm saying? A 3-hour runtime on a movie? Nah. I'm not even going to bother with that because that's
Well,
that's
if
too
you're
much
going to the
time.
theater, maybe, but at home you can pause it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Yeah.
And to me, it just seems like this seems pointless because if people are already doing it anyway, then doing this catering to them isn't going to change anything. It's going to annoy people who want to watch it. It just doesn't make any sense to me if it's true.
Yeah. So this was actually coming from N+1, I guess, and they were talking about it, and they said this is why things are the way they are at Netflix. And you're vying for precious time because people won't give a show a chance anyway. They'll turn it on if they're not hooked within the first couple minutes. They'll turn it off and go find something else.
Is this because YouTube is actually competing head to head with Netflix now?
I think that might be it.
And then YouTube, you have a bunch of people just run it in the background, let lists play, or they're short so they can watch it and get their attention, and then they don't autoplay other things. Is this their answer to that, thinking in some way that that's the same thing when it's not?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same thing. Is that what their thought process is?
That's what I'm wondering. But they basically said that Netflix. The gist of the article is Netflix does not have to play by the same rules that Hollywood plays by because they know their demographic and they know how people are watching Netflix. This is why they make these snap decisions. People are like, why do they cancel shows so fast? Why don't they give them enough time? Like Cowboy Bebop was canceled within the first week they came out because they looked at how much it cost and they were like, people aren't watching it. And guess what? They're not going to watch it. And what they look for is how many people watch beyond the first or second episode. And to them, like a big hit is like, okay, if they watch more than 2 episodes, we got a winner here. Maybe we'll give it another season of like 5 episodes or something. It's kind of crazy, but it's like, Netflix feels like ADHD TV. It really does. It's like all the stuff they put out is all like, oh yeah, 4 episode seasons. And, we got to tell everybody what's going on because we know they're probably making out or something on the couch or making dinner while they're watching us, but they don't care because you're subscribed to it. Right. And there's ads right now. There's ads on the ad tier. They don't care.
Ads are so ridiculous.
The same with YouTube. YouTube, I'm going to be honest. The only reason they monitor anybody's content is they don't want the advertisers complaining about it. That's it. Like if they could get away with just having a guy fart for 10 hours and stuffing that video full of as many ads as they possibly could, and that video gets 100 million views.
But there isn't really anything against someone farting for 10 hours, is there?
You have to eat a lot of beans.
No, I'm just saying though that wouldn't violate anything though.
I don't know if it would. But I'm just saying, like, if you could get away with the lowest common denominator content for as long as possible with as many ads as possible and people are watching it, skibbity toilet. Right? Skibbity toilet. And they don't care. They're like, it's watch time, it's ad revenue. That's literally all they care about. And the same with Netflix. I mean, there's some good stuff on Netflix. There's some bad stuff on Netflix, but quality is not exactly what they're going for. They're going for watch time. Yes, quality can lead to an increased watch time, but it doesn't mean you're going to make a return on your investment. And that's how I'm going to lead into this. Arcane was a financial miss for Riot and Netflix. $250 million is what they spent on this series. And it was critically acclaimed. It was
pretty.
It was a very beautiful animated series. Every frame looked like a piece of concept art. And it was probably one of the best pieces of animation to come out in the last, 5-6 years. And it was a huge financial failure. So they're not going to make it anymore. It's over. Because it cost too much and it didn't get a return on its investment. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't matter how much you throw at it. I mean, that's the truth. That is the truth of it. That is the truth of Hollywood and entertainment in general right now. Like, just because you throw a bunch of money at it, just because you painstakingly do everything by hand, just because you wrote the best script ever doesn't mean people are going to watch it. Doesn't mean it's going to make any money back. And people aren't really looking for quality now.
I think yeah, exactly. I think that's it right there. I think, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, something like this would have been probably really, really well received and would have got all kinds of money. But there's so much competition now. And you're competing against a lot of things that, people rather watch that, like literally is some guy farting for 10 hours.
Yeah.
As opposed to this stuff. Or, an animated thing done really well where it would have automatically probably been a success. It's not so much now because there's how many other animated things people can watch. And there might be not as well animated, but they're funny or they're viral or whatever, and everybody's going to watch that instead. And there's just too much.
Why do you think Cartoon Network turned into the Teen Titans Go channel? Because they got just as much bang for the buck running Teen Titans Go nonstop. The advertiser, because they knew that show was going to perform because kids would watch Teen Titans Go for hours, right? So they knew that people would watch that show. Older fans got pissed off about it, but kids would watch it. They could advertise to the kids. They put a new show on like Steven Universe or something. There's no guarantee that the kids are going to watch it. The advertisers are going to get their return on their investment. There's no guarantee that they're going to sell merchandise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Teen Titans Go, they can run the same episodes over and over and over and over again. SpongeBob, they can run the same episodes over and over and over and over again. People will watch it. They just print ad revenue.
Well, Arcane was actually, knowing that it was expensive, was trying to use it as a loss leader. Their thought was, well, if people tune in for this, we'll probably be able to increase our players on League of Legends. And this is something I heard from Squid King a couple weeks ago when I was driving to school one day because his car was being fixed. And he was telling me about this, and he said, but it wasn't bringing the people like they thought. It's already a popular game to begin with, but it wasn't bringing people. It wasn't selling the skins. They thought they'd bring more people in. They'd sell more skins and all that stuff. And it just wasn't doing that. Yeah,
this is Riot co-founder Mark Merrill. He was on Reddit.
I knew about this because Squid King told me about it. Yeah.
Well, pretty much. I mean, League of Legends is so popular. Everybody that wants to play it's already playing.
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying. Yeah.
They don't need to build brand.
They already have
awareness.
been buying skins and stuff. Yeah.
Right. People who look at the world through a short-term transactional cynical lens really struggle to understand Riot. This has been true with various people trying to claim that high-quality free games won't work, that esports will never work, their music was insane. Now they're saying Arcane wasn't awesome and worth it. Well, it really wasn't. These people think we make things like Arcane and sell skins. Well, they actually do. The company does.
I can't get past the beginning. That this is through a cynical lens. It's like, but maybe it's true.
It is true.
That's what's funny. That's what pisses me off is this whole idea that honesty and negativity, all honesty is negativity. And that's not true. Honesty is honesty. There is negativity, but honesty and negativity, are not the same thing.
This is funny though, because this is IGN calling them out. They said Merrill clearly is insisting that for Riot, the costly Arcane was worth it, although it's worth noting that he does not dispute any specific part of Bloomberg's reporting. He subsequently responded to one Reddit user who suggested Arcane wasn't profitable enough for Riot to make more League of Legends animated spin-offs, saying except it was. No, they're saying it was $250 million. It's canceled. The publication said Netflix paid $3 million per episode and Riot owner Tencent. So even if Riot feels that way, they're owned by Tencent. They handed over an additional $3 million per episode, and it didn't make its money back. Right. So, This is kind of how things are produced on Netflix now, is that very few programs are bankrolled 100% by Netflix. Mm-hmm. So even if Netflix is okay burning the money, the co-producer might not be. See also Masters of the Universe and She-Ra. Mm-hmm. See also, any kind of licensed show or whatever. If it's not worth it to the companies, if they're not selling toys and they're not, whatever their goal was to put their shows. How dare you? Whatever their goals were, to putting the shows on Netflix, if it didn't work out for them, they're not going to spend more money. And now it's the point where Netflix is just like, people, let's just make stupidly cheap shows for people who don't even pay attention. It's like,
pretty much. It doesn't make any sense.
That's the audience. That's the audience.
It doesn't make sense because if they're not paying attention and they're watching it anyway, why change it for everybody else? Because it's not going to bring more people that aren't going to pay attention. They're going to play it in the background regardless.
That's just it. It's like,
it's pointless and stupid if true.
From a business point of view, it is very cynical of me, but
it's really stupid.
It's stupid, but it's also like from a business point of view, people turn on it's just like linear television. It's just like cable. You turn on a channel that you like to listen to. You'll listen to it in the background. We did it. The MTV generation did it.
No, I get that.
MTV was on in my bedroom like all the time.
I get that. I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is you're going to do that anyway. Whether or not they put in a whole bunch of stupid stuff like explaining every move they make.
Right.
People were going to they were running in the background and weren't watching it before. Them explaining it isn't going to make them watch it. You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter if they watch it though.
And how much more money are they going to spend on film with all this extra, exposition? How much more is that going to cost compared to
they'll have AI rewrite the scripts.
But I'm saying, well, no, but I'm saying they're still got to film the people saying what they're doing. So I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. If it's true, it doesn't make any sense to me at all, because it's going to be like, if you're running shows in the background now, and you're doing it not listening to it anyway, how is them explaining it going to be different, because you're still not going to listen to it? So it's kind of pointless and unnecessary and just really stupid. It doesn't make any sense. It's a waste of money and time and resources.
I don't know. I think when you're Netflix and you've won the streaming wars, I mean, hands down, you've won the streaming wars outside of YouTube. Where do you go? Where do you go from it? So now it's more about retaining viewers and maximizing your ad revenue. And I guess the thing is if people aren't paying attention, then they're not paying attention to the ads either, and they're trying to sell advertising. So the advertisers aren't getting a return on their investment. But it's just very, very weird. I mean, it's a very weird. But like you said, like, what's the incentive to even spend more money to make something beautiful like Arcane? If you know what I'm saying, people just turn it on.
No, they're not going to. But I'm just saying, though, the flip side is, if they weren't going to watch it anyway, doing exposition isn't going to make that difference. Isn't going to change anything. I
think what they're looking for is probably what they might be looking at internally. I'm guessing. I'm guessing here. I don't know if this is what they're thinking or not, but they might be looking at like, well, if people don't understand what's going on, they're not going to mindlessly view episode 2 and episode 3. This way they can jump in and out of it, and they might actually be more inclined to follow.
No, because most people that start watching it at all is just going to let it auto run.
And that's the thing too. Like Netflix, they just kind of auto play what they want you to watch anyway, don't they?
Okay. And my next thing, if you're already paying for a subscription for Netflix and you let it auto run and you're not paying attention, they're not making any more money from you.
No.
To run to do this. So there's point. So I'm hoping this isn't true. It's just somebody's brain fart, because it's really stupid. It makes no sense whatsoever, and there's no gain from this. There really isn't. I don't understand. It's just going to piss people off, and they're going to cancel their subscription.
Because they're going to be like, wait, we subscribe to Netflix for, occasionally you get it right. You put some good shows out, but now the shows are incredibly stupid and pandering, and like, what the hell is this juvenile shit?
But I mean, it's beyond that though. But there's no gain. You're not gaining subscribers. You're probably going to lose them. You're not. You might gain some watch time with the longer episodes because of the exposition, but you're just making it longer and it's costing you more to put the show out. So I'm just like, I can't think this is true, because it doesn't make any sense.
This is an industry insider, and
so it's a rumor.
Pretty sure this is they've got quotes here from people that are saying this is what is going on.
But it doesn't make any sense.
A lot of what they do does make sense. We're commenting on the trending story that Netflix is apparently making shows for people that don't watch television. Kind of like Stephen King writes books for people who don't read.
I get it, but it's stupid. Anyway, we're going to wrap this up.
We're going to wrap this up, guys. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.